In this video, I'm about to show you 10 US ice cream brands you ought to avoid at all costs and why, as well as the 5 you need to be buying.
Number 10. Blue Bunny Frozen Dairy Dessert. Let's start with Blue Bunny's Frozen Dairy Dessert line. And pay attention here because this is where marketing gets clever. It doesn't say ice cream. And that matters more than most people realize. Under United States regulations, ice cream must contain at least 10% milk fat. If it doesn't hit that number, it legally cannot carry the ice cream label. Some Blue Bunny varieties use soybean oil instead of relying completely on dairy fat. Now, that isn't accidental. Vegetable oil is cheaper than cream, and when you replace milk fat with plant oils, you can lower production cost while keeping that familiar frozen dessert structure. But here's the thing, you're still paying ice cream pricing. It's sitting in the same aisle. Same container style, same marketing presentation, but structurally, it's a reformulated product. And that right there is not a small detail. That's the whole game. Number 9. Breyers. Breyers built its reputation on simplicity. Real milk, real cream, real vanilla. That was the promise. But over time, some popular flavors quietly shifted into the frozen dairy dessert category. And when you see that label change, you're usually looking at a formula adjustment. Less milk fat, more stabilizers. You'll often find ingredients like Gower gum or carob bean gum working behind the scenes to recreate thickness after dairy fat has been reduced. Are those ingredients illegal? No, but they're functional replacements. They are there to simulate what natural fat used to do on its own. What's frustrating here isn't just the reformulation, it's the branding continuity. The packaging still tells you you're buying tradition, but the ingredient panel tells a slightly different story, and when legacy brands shift standards quietly, trust doesn't always follow. Number 8. Edy's Slow Churned. Edy's markets this as a lighter choice, and technically it is. But lighter doesn't always mean better. When fat goes down, something else usually goes up. In this case, sugar. Some flavors carry roughly 14 grams of sugar per serving, that's more than 3 teaspoons. And there's also a biological side to this. Fat slows digestion. It increases fullness signals. Remove too much of it, and you might find yourself reaching for another spoonful without realizing why. Now, I'm not against lighter desserts, but calling something healthier while keeping the same dessert identity is where marketing starts walking a thin line. Number 7. Halo Top. Halo Top became famous because of one number, 300 calories per pint. That sounds impressive, but calories don't disappear by magic. They are engineered away. Halo Top uses sweeteners like erythritol and stevia. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol, and while it's widely used, some people experience digestive discomfort when consuming larger amounts. Then there's texture. The product is heavily aerated. More air inside the pint means less density, which lowers total calorie load. What you're really buying here is a low-calorie dessert designed around mathematical nutrition goals rather than traditional richness. If low calories are your priority, that's fine, but this isn't the same category as classic cream-based ice cream. Number 6. Ben & Jerry's Non-Dairy. Ben & Jerry's built its name on indulgence, but the non-dairy line replaces cream with coconut oil. And coconut oil behaves differently. It melts faster. It doesn't deliver the same structural richness milk fat provides. Meanwhile, many of these pints sit in the premium price range. You're looking at roughly $6 to $7 in many locations. For an oil-based frozen dessert, dietary choice is personal. Plant-based products absolutely have a market. But from a formulation perspective, this is not traditional dairy ice cream. It's a different product category being sold at luxury pricing. Number 5. Talenti. Talenti markets itself as gelato. And traditional gelato is supposed to be dense, slow-churned, and carefully crafted. But some Talenti flavors push sugar levels close to 20 grams per serving. That's about 5 teaspoons. You'll also see stabilizers like carob bean gum in certain varieties. Now, stabilizers aren't automatically bad. But when they start replacing the structural role that technique and ingredients should play, it tells you production has scaled beyond small batch philosophy. At $5 to $6 per pint, expectations naturally rise. And when ingredient panels get longer, that artisan image starts looking more like branding than craftsmanship. Number 4, great value ice cream. Affordability matters. I want to be very clear about that. Not everyone is buying premium pints, but affordability often comes with trade-offs. Great value varieties sometimes include artificial flavors and emulsifiers like mono and diglycerides. These compounds help fats blend smoothly and extend shelf life. They are common in processed foods, but they are not traditional ice cream ingredients. When you compare ingredient panels side by side, longer lists usually mean one thing: optimization for mass production. Yes, you might save $1, but the question is always what exactly you are sacrificing for that saving. Number 3, Turkey Hill. Turkey Hill makes decent regional products, but some budget cartons include gums and emulsifiers not found in classic recipes. Across the industry, something else has also been happening quietly. Container sizes shrink, prices stay similar. This is shrinkflation. When you combine smaller portions with stabilizer-heavy formulas, the value equation starts shifting away from the consumer. Mono and diglycerides are functional. Gums are functional, but they are industrial solutions designed for distribution durability rather than traditional texture philosophy. Number 2, Friendlies. Friendlies carries nostalgia, but nostalgia doesn't guarantee consistency. Many modern cartons contain 15 or more ingredients, stabilizer blends, artificial flavor systems, shelf life preservation components. Compare that with traditional French-style ice cream, which can be made with as few as 5 ingredients. The difference isn't just chemistry, it's philosophy. If you remember Friendlies tasting richer decades ago, you're probably not imagining things. Supply chain pressure, cost management, and distribution requirements all influence formula evolution, and sometimes richness is the first casualty. Number 1, Breyer's Frozen Dairy Dessert. This one earns the top spot because of expectation. Breyer's once represented simplicity, milk, cream, vanilla. That was the identity. But when you see frozen dairy dessert on the carton, it means the milk fat threshold has changed. Remember this rule: ice cream in the United States must contain at least 10% milk fat. Drop below that number and the label changes. This isn't about legality, it's about trust. When a legacy brand, known for minimal ingredients, quietly reformulates while keeping pricing similar, it creates a strange feeling for the consumer. Expectation sets the standard, and when that standard quietly drops, confidence usually follows.
Now, let's talk about the brands you should be buying. Not every company is cutting corners. Some brands are still fighting for real cream, proper milk fat levels, and shorter ingredient lists. And if you want quality to survive in this industry, these are the brands worth supporting.
Number 5, Tillamook. Tillamook is farmer-owned, and that matters more than it sounds. When farmers control production priorities, dairy quality stays at the center. Their ice cream keeps cream as the primary ingredient and meets the required milk fat threshold without relabeling tricks. The texture is dense, the flavor is clean, it tastes like dairy first, not engineering. And honestly, that's becoming harder to find. Simple as that. Number 4, Strauss Family Creamery. Strauss Family Creamery focuses on organic certification and pasture-raised dairy standards. Organic certification isn't just a marketing word. It means restricted synthetic inputs and regulated agricultural practices. Their ingredient panels are refreshingly simple: cream, milk, sugar, egg yolks, vanilla, no vegetable oil substitution, no stabilizer stacking. Yes, the price can reach $7 to $8 per pint, but transparency and oversight are not free. Number 3, Janie's Splendid Ice Cream. Janie's focuses on higher butterfat content and whole ingredient formulation. Higher butterfat changes everything. It increases richness, it increases mouthfeel, and it increases satiety. You usually eat less because the flavor intensity satisfies faster. Pricing is premium, but the density and ingredient integrity support that positioning. This is indulgence without dilution. Number 2, Häagen-Dazs Classic Vanilla. Classic Häagen-Dazs Vanilla is surprisingly simple. 5 ingredients: cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks, Vanilla, no gums, no stabilizer stacks, no vegetable oils. Now, not every flavor under the brand follows this minimal philosophy, but the classic varieties still represent traditional ice cream structure. Scale doesn't automatically require compromise, and this is proof. Number 1. Alden's Organic. This brand earns the top spot because it combines accessibility with verified standards. Their dairy follows federal organic certification requirements, including restrictions on synthetic hormones and genetically modified feed sources. The classic vanilla formula is straightforward. Organic milk, organic cream, organic cane sugar, egg yolks, vanilla extract, no frozen dairy dessert labeling, no oil substitution, no unnecessary stabilizer engineering. You are paying around $6 to $8 in most markets, but what you're buying is regulated transparency, not just branding. And in a freezer aisle full of reformulated products, transparency is starting to feel like a luxury.